Hey guys, Shinloxy here, back with our playthrough of Metroid for the original Nintendo. So we are basically at the crossroads. Let me just hit the start so you can, let's pause. And I do want to pull up the map and just kind of talk about design just for a minute or two, real fast. So so first off, I'm having a good time. If you have not played the original Metroid, I mean, I would recommend it, even if you're not super familiar with this, or even if you've watched up to this point and seen like this map, because it's still confusing, right? I'd actually recommend going through the game, making your own maps. Like if you look at this, right, you could basically, each of these quarters, you could basically make just a line on a paper, right? So like you start here, here's where you start, and it's like you go to the left and you're drawing your line and it ends, right? And you make a little star or something and you write like start right here. And then you go to the right and it's like, okay, you can go down, you can go over, up, and you just draw lines and make maps, because this game is actually, I have a lot to say about it, right? So it's quite a bit different than I remember in many ways, and not in a bad way or even necessarily in a good way, but just different. There's a lot of things that I do respect about it more, like actually. So if you look at this, it's a very small map, right? And that actually is pretty interesting and almost good, especially for the time, right? Because it's good that it's so small, because even though it's actually really interesting, because it's a very simple map if you're actually just looking at it from a line. Like if each of these were a line and doorways and stuff, it's very simple. And yet they deliberately repeated sections and made areas look the same, because that confuses you. It makes you doubt yourself even when you're counting, like I was trying to, unless you're actually drawing a map yourself. It gets you twisted around. And so it's really neat from that perspective. And since it's small, it's a small thing, and it's convoluted, that lends itself well to multiple replays. And I mean, the whole thing is about completing it as fast as possible. The game is a time attack, right? The whole thing, Metroid started the whole speedrunning concept. So that's really fascinating. And also what really intrigues me is that since it is small, everything these days needs to be bigger and bigger and bigger. Longer games, bigger games, whatever. And by being bigger, they need more stuff to fill in the world. And Metroid Dread, instead of making the corridor straight, because that's considered too boring, they make them convoluted and they make them all twisty and turny, and it's like intestines. And so trying to figure out where to go, even with a map, is confusing. Whereas with this, if you have a map, it's very straightforward, right? It's and that's specifically why the developers, I would imagine, did not put a map into the actual game itself. Because if you just look at this, and especially if you're able to like zoom in and figure out like, oh yeah, I started here and then I went left and this and this and that and blah, 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 then it becomes super simple, right? But the thing is, by making things bigger, you have to fill it with more stuff. And since they filled it with more stuff, like Metroid Dread, for example, has the missile tanks only have 2 missiles apiece. And now they're starting to do the quarter energy tanks, right? You need to collect four pieces of energy tanks to get a full energy tank. And it's just like, that devalues the actual pickups. That's something that's really starting to bother me about games lately. It really devalues all this stuff. It turns getting a power up or getting pickups into basically a chore, right? And playing through this again, I'm actually really surprised by how few power-ups there seem to be. Just because I'm so used to the modern equivalent, right? Like even Twilight Princess, Zelda, for example, started doing freaking, instead of quarter hearts, you would get fifth hearts, right? You needed 5 pieces of heart to create a heart container, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, it's just really interesting. I could keep going on, especially about how I consider Metroid and Legend of Zelda to basically have the same soul. At least originally, they're both in trouble these days, I think. But yeah, so we could talk more about it. But right now, we are basically trying to finish with Norfair and then move on to Ridley's Lair. So we're about here. We could go get the wave beam, but I'm going to skip that. I don't... See, that's the thing. I know wave beam goes... I believe it goes through blocks. It might be higher damage than the regular beam as well, but honestly, just the fact that it can go through walls and stuff is huge. And it waves, so it goes like 1 block higher and 1 block lower, so it can hit enemies on the ground, as well as a little bit above your arm cannon. So it basically it moves to hit an area about as high as you are. But we'll skip that. Instead, we'll go all the way to the right. We can go down or to the right. To the right is just a through a few walls, just a missile tank. Just a missile tank. We need every single one. I'm not sure if we actually absolutely need every single one, but in my heart and mind, I need every single one. So also we'll go down and to the right and do this. Probably do this first because it's shorter, and then go all the way to the right and get that one, and then go back. So let us resume that. There we go. I don't know where the I probably bombed it and didn't, oh, there, yeah, see, exactly. I do like how it's not every single one. It's just a couple. Oh. Missile. Ooh, hey. I can't hit those, right? Oh, well, that's fantastic. Thank you. Oh, right on. I'll take it. Now, the other thing is see. There we go. The graphics are pretty interesting as well. What I do appreciate about this is, like, what the hell are these green blocks? It's from a design perspective, or an art direction, I guess, it's really interesting to look at, because granted, the graphics are not, you know, a lot of the time you're basically like, you know, what is that? Or it's not very high res, but at the same time, it does a really good job of... see. Okay. Oh, good. It does a really good job of making things look a certain way. Ah, well. Wait, why could I, why was I able to, destroy this one right here, huh? Glitched or something? I don't know. Alright, now to the right. Yeah, it's something, at least for me... Oh, that's interesting. So it does trigger the thing, but just for a minute. It's something that triggers the imagination. Like, what are these blocks? Right? At the same time, you have to remember this game was influenced by... Was it Alien? Or, I think it was Aliens, right? Maybe that can't be. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my times wrong. I was pretty sure it was one of the Alien game or movies. Because the wow, that was because of the whole, you know, Ridley thing. Yes, thank you. Because Ridley is supposed to be Ripley, or a nod to Ripley. You know how it is. Glad you could hit it. Oh, that's a bad move. Well, it's okay. You know, I do think, actually, the various suit is helping out just a little bit. Crazy, isn't it? It's like 70. That's all we've got. But yeah, like the slime dripping right there and these weird blocks that... Ow. These weird blocks that look like alien... They look like embryos, is what they look like. They look like frog eggs. Oh, right on. The music is good too, right? It's very simple. Brinstar theme is, I mean, all the themes are pretty catchy, especially Kraid. Kraid's lair theme, like that has stuck in my mind. I didn't know if we would get hurt by that, but, you know. It's funny, because even something like this, you're tempted to, like, shoot up here and bomb to go down. At least if I was making my own maps, that's what I would check. Ah, crap, why did I do that? Bit disappointed we didn't get energy, but that's one of the breaks, right? Yeah, okay. That was on me, you know. All right, and then I think from here... Do we go up here? Or keep going to the... Well, we can only go so far to the left. Aha. Oh, that's the other thing, right? I was gonna mention the controls. They are a little... It's very strange. It's not a negative. It kind of is, because they feel a little bit slippery. And yet... I would probably argue that slipperiness... Aha. That slipperiness would... I'm reasonably certain would allow speedrunners to do some really crazy crap, right? I'm just gonna pull up the map again real fast. Okay, so we just went up, and so we need to basically go all the way up and then all the way to the right. Okay, let me pull that up to show you guys. All right, so we're here. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Hang on. Okay. Okay. We're here. We just went up. So we could go all the way to the right, but that basically loops down to where the energy tank was, right? So we need to go up until we can't anymore, and then go to the right, This is the screw attack just above us. So we go all the way to the right, back through where the high jump was. And then that takes us to the vertical shaft, and you basically go all the way down and follow that until you go into Ridley's lair. So that is where we're now headed. What did I just hear? Don't know. All right. It's a bit... I'm not objecting. It is a little bit inconsistent. Oh, the other thing, the art design, right? So, really interesting how we go from... You know, I talked about imagination earlier, right? It's really interesting because you go through... You know, an area like this, which is rock, and yet, presumably because of doors and pipes and stuff, has already been hollowed out. You know, it's... You know, and then there's other areas that look like temples. There's the area that looks like, near the Variasuit, the green area with the pipes. Like, that area's been overgrown. And, you know, areas like this, which are basically a hallway. You know, it's just, it's stuff that makes you really wonder. And there's very little story in this one. Ow. You know, but it is one of those things that sort of, you know, makes you, at least for me, it makes me a little bit curious, just like... You know, just makes me curious, like, what was the deal? What are these Chozo statues? What are... Oh. Yeah, those little dragons, or whatever they are, they're dicks. They are dicks. And so, even with the screw attack, you know, the combat is not trivialized, but it definitely... Excuse me. It definitely makes things easier. I can hit that one? I'll take it. I mean, you know, it's... Alright, and yeah. Now we have the purple frog leg, frog embryo things, whatever. Oh, and she comes out of it when she... That's interesting. When the animation... I guess in order for the animation to... In order for her to land. Why? Make sure there's no kitty under me. Just push back a little bit. There we go. Alright, that should do it for here. Yep. Alright. Here we go. Interesting that these are rock. And then the music changes, right? And it's good. It's like spooky almost, right? Does that make sense? It's like, and also the, you know, it changed. It's now like ruins. it's clearly been worked, this whole little area. So, all right, let's pull up the map. You know, it's if I were going to design my own or draw my own, then this would be a little bit different. Oh, that's interesting. What is that right there? That's another missile. Okay, well, we'll definitely need... We need all the missiles, right? And see, that's... I love these dead ends, right? Because it's like you're encouraged to look everywhere, but some just go to dead ends, right? Okay, so we're here. We go left, and these, again, look very similar to throw you off, right? You go up, and then you just go to the left, and there's a missile thing. Cool. If you go left the normal way, then you find this red door, which tricks you, ironically, into thinking it's an energy tank, right? Except you fall through the floor, and you can get it. I mean, I assume you could just jump over, but you just have to know where it is. But, you know, I will probably fall through just on... Even if you know where it is, and I think Super Metroid made it 3 blocks instead of 2, you know, it's like how it's... Basically, the block in front of it is real, and then the next 2 are not. So, you know, you fall through, you go to the left, you go up here, and that's a challenge also, because if you fall or you get hit, you fall, and then you fall, right? And then you fall the rest of the way. Yeah, and then you have to go through this area with those assholes, and then you can get the energy tank. But, or you could go to the right from the elevator, and then down to, well, that's the other thing, right? Is, see, that's such a dick move right there, too. So you can't actually, I don't think you can go through this. I think you could see it, probably, but you can't get through it. So you have to basically go all the way down, and then you have 2 choices. The very bottom or the very bottom. One goes to Ridley, the slightly higher one. And I thought I saw a missile tank somewhere. Oh, at the bottom one, the very bottom one. Right, so if you fall from here, then you have to go to the right. You end up finding a missile tank anyway, which is good. You go through this whole thing of hell, and it's a really small thing, so you can't screw attack. And then, yeah. Getting to Ridley is kind of a gauntlet, I suppose. But there is an energy tank at the end. All right, so the objective, I think, right? So there's how many missile tanks? Right, I saw 1. There's 2 energy tanks. 2, right? Saw 1 missile tank. So let's see. There's another one, which you basically... We'll go to the... Oh, hello. Oh, no, you can get up there. Ooh, that's... Oh, no. Oh, you go through underneath. Clever, right? Because you get to the end, and then you're like, oh, I can see that. But really, you bust through the bottom and then skip this whole section, which is smart. Thanks, map guy, for highlighting that, because otherwise I'd be like, what the hell? But I hope I would have been smart enough to see these little divots in the ground and been like, oh, there's got to be something there, right? Right. Okay, so we'll go to the left. Go to the left. Go up. I'm gonna forget that properly. Get the missile. Go to the left. See if we can just jump over and get the energy tank. If we can, great. Then we'll fall down here and go to the right, and hopefully make this jump and then get the missile. If not, if we don't make the jump, then you fall and you basically have to go all the way up and all the way around, down through, and try it again, right? Because that's kind of the crappy thing about this whole layer is there's basically one way to Ridley, and even once you beat him, you have to get back, right? It doesn't just teleport you back to the entrance, right? There's no fast travel or anything system. So get that missile, get the energy tank, go over here, get this missile, I guess fall. And then at that point, we could probably just go fight Ridley. Just to do it. Because you still have to get this, right? So it's, I mean, that's a question. Do we want to, we're here, right? Do you want to go all the way back here and then go down and then go all the way and do all this stuff? Or would it be better just to get this missile tank, go to the left here, fight Ridley, get that energy tank, and then go all the way to the right, down, all the way to the left. So there's like 3 missile tanks, 2 energy tanks. First stop, this one. I'm gonna be honest, part of me really loves doing the planning through the map. Like, I think that's one of the reasons I loved Morrowind so much, was I had to pull up the map and I had to be like, okay, this route goes to here. So I'm here, I'm trying to get here. I need to teleport to the temple here and then get on the boat to go to this thing and then get off and then go to Silt Strider here and do all that, right? Drinking my fake beer. All right. So you can't go up that way. Good to know. You know, it's kind of funny. Someone asked for spooky something for Halloween. This is kind of spooky. And also, these guys are huge dicks. You son of a bitch. See, look at how much damage they're doing. My God. And it takes a second. Oh, there you go. It takes a second for the screw attack to kick in, so... Oh, that's a dick move. Funny, though. You just have to do it really quick. Too quick. And man, they do, like... Wow, wow, wow. How much damage are these assholes doing? Look at where I'm at. I'm already down to 1. I'm down to 1 energy tank already. What the actual hell? And this is with the Varisuit, by the way. Can I go back in here and... Well, that's crap. That's... Dude. Okay. See, there you go. Varisuit does not trivialize the combat. Even knowing where I'm going, like, yeah, you know? Yeah. There we go. Well, I mean, you know, alright. You don't want to hit the dude while you're... Okay, at least these dudes... Wow. Right, so they hit you and they do... You take 12 damage. And they give you 5. Sometimes. So that one gave me 20, which was nice. But my goodness. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting, right? Okay, so now we have to... This area is actually a pretty great area to, Aha, okay. Pretty great area to gain some energy in, though, I must say. I'll take it. Alright. Now, can we get this? So, we're probably not going to, but we'll give it a go, right? So, the next block is the hidden one? Or the empty one? Oh, we got it. We're back up to full. Yeah, that's the trick. See, even those guys, like, there's so much damage being done. It's, right, it's interesting because it almost, now that I'm going through this, it almost feels like the screw attack is necessary. Alright, now let's see if we can do this. I should have save stated. Maybe I just skipped that one, or maybe we go through and give it another go. I don't know if I want to, though. This area is brutal. That's why, here, let's pull up the map again. I think we go left to fight Ridley. So we screwed up the jump. We tried here. I must have... That, I mean, you probably need to be like right at the edge and jump. Thankfully, just one missile thing. I don't know where that'll put us as far as the total at the end, but considering if we hadn't used a map, we'd have less. I'm fine with just leaving it, right? I guess we go to the left and fight Ridley. Yeah. Because my other option is, man, this area is going to be freaking brutal too. This hallway with these dudes. I'd rather maybe we fight Ridley first. And then try this hallway, because at least if we die trying to get the missile tank, then Ridley's dead. That's my thought. Okay, let's do that. Zoom out. Yeah, those guys are huge frickin' dicks. Oh, you are an asshole. At least that one gave me 20. Oh. Oh, really? You can't hit enemies with the screw attack when you've taken damage? Interesting, right? It's a regular door. I think this is Ridley. Okay, if we're lucky... Oh, crap. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, well, maybe that was the wrong move. I'm gonna use the turbo because F you, Ridley. Now, to be fair, the correct way to do this is... Now, I heard... Obviously, the correct way to do it is missiles. In the Japanese version, my understanding is he... Oh, you get more missiles by killing those dudes. You get 50 more? Something like that? My understanding is that in the American version of this, there's a... I don't know if it's a glitch or like a memory issue where he can only do either close range fireballs, like you saw where they get shot right next to him and then gradually kind of jump forward, or long range fireballs. And he has to pick one or the other. In this, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is my understanding. Also looks like that's a missile door to the left where the energy tank is. But yeah, my understanding is that in the Japanese version, since it has a little bit more memory, each fireball has a different range value, either long or short. And so it makes the fight more challenging. But, I mean, I used the turbo function, but I can actually jam the button pretty fast, as you've seen in earlier episodes, but I don't want to give myself any more repetitive motion injuries. And so I'm just like, whatever, let's just use it, you know what I mean? I have used missiles. Wow, I just whacked myself in the ear right there. That's awesome. I have used missiles in the past. I've also had the wave beam, and you can go under in the lava underneath and just... You keep jumping, so you're not taking as much damage while you're shooting upward, and you just use the wave beam to hit him, and that's another way you can fight. Oh, it's a 10! I forgot about those. Oh, you fucking dick. Oh, wait. This is... Oh, that's strange. So some of these... That's crazy. Some of them are... It's actually lava, but some of the lava is an actual, like, a block that doesn't hurt you. So yeah, we're absolutely skipping the, We're absolutely skipping getting that one missile container. Oh, hey. Awesome. See, I mentioned like the slippery motion before. Stuff like that, I think, allows you to do moves like that, right? Like you drop a bomb, and as you're rolling forward and about to fall off the ledge, the bomb hits and it propels you upward. So that's awesome. Same with things like you can, yeah, you could unroll and then... Oh, yes, you can jump off of a bomb jump. Which that's pretty that's pretty awesome, right? So, yeah, and I totally forgot that those guys give you missiles. So yeah, we're gonna get all of them that we can, but... So this brings up the question then, do we want to bother getting the missile down below us? And I would say probably. Because, I mean, it gives us an extra 5, right? And I want to get all the missiles we can, so... Excuse me. Oh, come on. And then, yeah. You know, it's interesting because... So I did mention earlier that... Oh, yeah. You gotta get it just as... I don't know how long you change for it. Probably not long. Where the screw tech kicks in, but it's before the game realizes that you're... So it basically kicks in, but you don't turn because you fall, and then you have to land correctly, right? So... So do we get 70? How much do you get from... Oh, come on, you asshole. Oh, I bet you can go through there. Actually, that's... Unfortunately, presumably that's what you're supposed to do? Oh, that's amazing. It feels so good to, to absolutely, you know, slice and dice these MFers. Okay, so... So yeah, it's kind of funny that I mentioned, Oh, good. Oh, and you don't trigger them. That's crazy. Although I'm getting destroyed. Yeah, 20. 20 will help. Alright, so let's, Still, the goal... Man, look at those dudes. Yeah, I mentioned, so... Zelda and... Metroid basically have the same soul, in my mind. Because they're both games about exploring, you know... hostile areas. Oh, come on. Woo. Do I go higher? Oh. Exploring hostile, you know, areas in search of, you know, in search of adventure, basically, right? Like you're looking for... Again, like I said, it's the risk-reward formula. Ah, man. I think we're back at the elevator. Yeah. Alright. It's the formula, right? It's like, much can I explore? How much risk versus reward? And in this case, actually, the game is very forgiving. I know people... You know, people like to complain, and understandably so, about, oh... People like to complain about, oh, you die and you get sent back to 30 health. But it does let you keep all of your upgrades. It just resets you to 30 health. And the penalty, because you have to remember it's a time attack game, and so this actually makes sense, where it forces you to grind. And, to be fair, right, if you're really good, if you're really experienced at the game, it doesn't really matter that much anyway, right? Because you're probably not going to take very many hits. So it basically just penalizes your time, you know? And, right? Let's be fair. It could be a speedrunning strategy, right? You hit continue, I don't think it adds anything to your time, and it restarts you at the beginning of the area. So you lose health, you know, but it puts you back at the beginning of the area. It keeps the same number of missiles. Do I keep going up? I think so, yeah. Okay. Oh, I made it. Well, okay. Let's check the... So now we have to go to Layer 2. Basically, everything's been done except for clearing Layer 2 out, killing Kraid, and then going to Turian and beating the game. We're not going to do that this time, obviously, but... Alright, so... Where are we? We just went through this, right? So then you go up one and to the left, and then there's your elevator. Alright, cool. So we have to go down here, down from where we first... Now... It's funny, right? Because you first find the bomb and you're exploring your way around and you're like, oh, hey, back at the beginning there was an area I could try to get through, or I couldn't get through. There's these blocks, and then you get the bomb and you go back there and you find the entrance to the Kraid's lair, which, you know, the little monster head, right? The little monster head basically tells you like, hey, there's maybe explorer beware, right? And it's freaking brutal. So you go in there and you're like, whoa, I'm definitely not strong enough yet, right? Oh, there's another energy tank right there. That's true, right? That's one of the 8. So we have 5 at the moment. Kraid's got 1. There's this one, and then there's the one... Where is it? Like... Right here. Right here. So that's number 8. Oh yeah, and there's the Metroids and stuff. So yeah, all that's left is to explore Kraid's lair, which is pretty big. I mean, if you look at it, it's, interestingly enough, it seems like it's mostly vertical. I mean, there's a lot of horizontal sections as well, but it's significantly more vertical than, say, Ridley's lair. Right? Ridley's lair is very little vertical, respectively, mostly horizontal. Norfair is kind of a mix. Horizontal, some short, brutal horizontal segments punctuated by vertical sections. And then Brinstar is mostly it's more sprawling, right? Horizontal and vertical, but they're long sections, right? Punctuated by a couple little power-up areas. Not bad. So, all right, if we can, we'll get back to... Well, if we can, let's get back to Kraid's lair. That's the thing. Hello, Jack. All right, so we got to go up. I heard you. Oh my. Oh my. You're so good. I love you. Do you know you're good? Okay, Mr. Jack. Okay. Are you gonna jump up here, crazy one? I feel like you are, maybe. But yeah, I mentioned Metroid and Zelda basically have the same soul. I do believe that to be the case. You are crazy, mister. What are you meowing for? You will get pets in a minute. But yeah, ultimately, Zelda and Metroid are both games about, you know, about exploring hostile areas, finding power-ups, treasure, whatever you want to call it. Are you coming up here? You are crazy. I'm trying to finish this section before I have to stop for the day. Well, come on up here then, Mr. Cat. See, I knew you would. I could tell. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. This is gonna make things more difficult. But you are loved. We are probably not gonna finish. Oh my goodness. He's like rubbing his face against my hands and everything. You're a crazy man. Okay, let's try and get to there. Oh gosh, you're so crazy. I just worry he's gonna launch himself off and grab the... No, mister. You are... Well, Oh my goodness. Okay, at least we got that. Ow. Oh my gosh. You are crazy. Anyway, right. Zelda. Mr. Cat. What are you doing? Okay, don't step on the keyboard, please. Hopefully, whatever he stepped on did not cause anything bad to happen. Why are you insane? You are insane, my cat. We're going up, I think. I don't know if I'm going to finish the Zelda thought today, because I'm dealing with cat problems. But yeah, they're very similar. You know, granted the execution is different, but like I said, I think the soul is the same. And unfortunately, they're going through the same problems with how the series has evolved. You are so cute. You know, and it's a shame, honestly, because I feel like they're both great series, but I'm kind of done with both of them, to be honest. Like, Metroid Dread, in my opinion, sucked. I didn't think it was a Metroid game. And, I'm basically having to force myself through Breath of the Wild right now because I feel like I hate it. And I think it sucks also. And that's a big disappointment. Oh my gosh, you're a crazy man. But you know, it's one of those things. It's like the quote from Red Letter Media. It's like, how does it feel to watch all your childhood franchises go down in flames? And it's like, that's how I feel. Is this the bottom? Yes. Okay. And you know, that's the other thing. You're a baby. So I don't know. Whoa, and you're bouncy too as a ball. All right, I guess we'll. Oh, are you okay, Mr. Jack? You kind of jerked your leg there for a second. All right, I guess we will stop here for the day. Probably talk more about the whole Zelda Metroid thing next time. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it there. I'm sure I'm going to get some hate for the comments about hating Metroid Dread, hating Breath of the Wild. It is what it is. It is what it is. People can, like, you can still love them. That's fine. Metroid Dread, like I said, I think I said it feels almost more like a Mega Man game, which is strange to me. Or let's be honest, like maybe like a Ninja Gaiden game, you know, like the OG Nintendo one, you know, and that's not what Metroid is about. Metroid is about the exploration aspect of it primarily. You are crazy, man, just Mr. Jack. But yeah, who knows? You know, you guys can still like whatever you like. I will say that as far as Breath of the Wild goes, I am actually having fun some of the time with it, whereas Dread I hated almost the whole way through. You know, ironically, the moments that I like in Breath of the Wild are the moments where I'm not actually playing the game, if that makes any sense. It's more the downtime. You know, just running around collecting mushrooms and stuff, right? Not actually engaging with any of the game's systems, which is not what they want. Like they tried to fill the world full of stuff to do, and it's like I don't want to do any of it. You know? But yeah. So, like I said, that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. As always, guys, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, right? Like I said, I've gotten comments before about Metroid Dread, Samus Returns, that sort of thing. I don't mind. You can like them. You can like them. I think Metroid Dread and Samus Returns, I think they're fine games, but it turns me off that they don't have the soul of a Metroid game. In my, you know, I was gonna say in my opinion, but I think that's pretty much objective fact if you could define soul in that way. Regardless, you know, whatever, you know, like them or don't, I don't mind. You could like whatever you like. You could dislike whatever you like, and same with me. We don't all have to like the same things. It's more interesting, actually, when we like different things, you know? But, yeah. So what's your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm going to go with, you are a crazy man, but you are loved. You know, I think I've said this fake beer before, the Bush. It's not terrible. It's fine. I have Old Milwaukee too, which is another equally shitty beer, but it's a bit more. Maybe there's just more CO2 in it or something. This seems to have less acidity, you know. I mean, this is going to sound really dumb. It is a better beer to drink. It's pleasing to drink, but that is why I like it less, if that makes any kind of sense. You know, I'm more used to the beer, especially the alcohol. Alcohol has a very, like, acidic, it has a bite, you know, and that's what I'm used to. And so, you know, Bush it's fine, but I prefer my beers with more bite. And so this one actually being, I'm not going to say it's a better beer, but it's more pleasing to drink means I like it less, which makes no sense, but whatever. Yeah, that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys just good, if not better, hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.